Welcome to Uyyarvu session, and today we're going to step into a new chapter, which is the beginning of 2026, and Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. We're diving into reflections from 2025, the lessons we're carrying into 2026, and the visions we're shaping for ourselves in the year ahead. So, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
In terms of like reflecting on the past year, what stood out the most for you in 2025, either personally, professionally, or emotionally? It was definitely a big year, I'd say.
I think, for me, because my frontal lobe developed.
She was 25.
I turned 25 this year, or last year.
Oh.
And so I feel like when that frontal lobe developed, there's like a click, which like a lot of people that I've talked to also mentioned it too. And I definitely did feel that. I would say just like prioritizing myself in ways that I haven't before is something I did learn. And I think just like fostering relationships better, because I feel like in the previous years I've been very like homebody, like isolated and like introverted, and like
I feel like COVID definitely might have had a play.
Yeah, definitely. COVID had an effect, and you know, just the depression was hitting. So I was like, you know what, I need to get out and like meet people, and I did. I did make new friends. Love you guys.
Amazing.
I think that's something I did like take from like 2025. What about you?
I feel like definitely a lot more, like I feel like 2025 for the most part I was working because of my 8-month co-op, and then I had a 4-month study term, so definitely career-wise that taught me a lot of like what I wanted to do in the future, what I didn't want to pursue and whatsoever, so a lot of lessons with that. I feel like in terms of personal or like just like relationships wise, like definitely made a whole lot of new friends, but it definitely also taught me like who was there and like who was there behind my back, like who got me at all times or whatever. Shout out to you guys, love you guys. But yeah, it definitely showed me to appreciate those who are around me a lot more in moments of like stress or just any moments, happy, sad, whatever moments I was going through. I should definitely like appreciate whoever was around me. But yeah.
Solid. And I feel like we kind of answered the next one, like what was the biggest lesson that we're taking into 2026, which is like whatever we've said.
Yeah.
And what about what surprised you the most this past year?
What surprised me? I don't know. Low key, it was just like there was definitely a lot of ups and downs, and I feel like I definitely got to travel a lot more and a lot more on my own, as well as friends and stuff like that. So definitely experience-wise, it was a lot more new things I might have not faced in the past years. But I don't know if anything in particular like surprised me per se. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I don't know. Like, what about you? Like, any jump scares that happened?
Jump scare. I feel like, I mean, my car accident. That was surprising.
That was insane. Okay, yeah. If you consider like what's happening in my extended family, like that was definitely a big one. That was
the jump scare for 2025. Life-wise, other than that, like mentally, emotionally, I feel like how social I actually am. Because since I was like very just isolated.
Outside or inside? Like what?
The English was not English in there. Since I was like so isolated and didn't really go out often, didn't really talk to people as often, I just forgot that I was a social butterfly. So being that person in 2025, I was like,
that's new.
I got that in her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Yeah. In terms of like lessons that you learned again, so what was something that you let go of in 2025 that made space for something better within 2026?
Let go of.
So like any habits or like people, I don't know. Like
I mean, I feel like tolerance is something I've let go of. Like, you can be patient with people.
Yep.
But, like, tolerating, like, a lot of their wrongdoings
Yeah.
to like yourself. You really don't have to deal with someone treating you like shit.
Exactly.
So I feel like just setting more boundaries and like being like, hey, like, not gonna mess with that. So I think that is definitely something. What about you?
Yeah. No, I feel like the same thing. Like, I was going to mention that too, because I feel like there's only so much energy that you have in yourself, and there's only so much that you could use for yourself and also others.
Yeah.
So out of that energy, it should probably be spent on something that's worth your while, rather than something that you feel like you're spending like just useless time on. So I feel like a lot of that BS should be kept in 2025 and just onwards and up within 2026. But yeah.
And what areas of your life are you hoping to grow in the most?
I feel like in terms of this upcoming year, definitely within my career, I would love to grow a lot in that sector and pursue a lot more of the stuff that I'm interested in, and like from what I've learned and the experiences that I've gained in my past like co-ops and etc. So definitely want to focus and grow within that area of my life. And also honestly like friendships as well, because I definitely have a lot of my old friends, new friends, and I just want to continue growing on that sense, because I feel like after uni ends, it's just going to be definitely a big jump and like a big difference from going to like seeing everyone like every single day or like every other day or during the weekends or just like hanging out, doing spontaneous things, to just going to real life, doing like our jobs, and like it's just gonna definitely be a big change. But I feel like growing in both my career and friendships is something I want to take forward within this year. What about you?
Definitely career, because I'll be finishing school this year, so it would be nice to be done with my master's and like actually in my career. That's something like I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And definitely build on Uyyarvu more. And also like personal relationships, like obviously continuing to foster those like relationships with my friends or family and all of that.
Yeah, that's amazing. Do you set any resolutions or intentions or choose a word of the year, and why that approach? Like, why would you go with that?
I think just try to be happy. Like, I think I'm just prioritizing happiness more.
Yeah.
And taking things easy. I feel like I let my anxiety take over a lot of like things. So just like, let's take a chill pill.
Yeah.
Like, sit back.
Sit back,
I don't know
relax.
if that's possible, but we'll try.
Yeah. Especially
We'll
in your
try.
last year of your master's, like maybe not so much of that.
Luckily, it's
sitting.
practicum. So it's not a lot of coursework-ish this year.
That's nice.
So I'm just thrown out there into the real world.
Essentially.
Yeah. That's still
fair.
anxiety-inducing, but yeah.
Yeah.
And the next question is, I think we actually kind of answered that. So let me just skip through. How do you want to show up for yourself emotionally in the new year?
Ooh. Like, show up for myself in the sense of like being there for myself, or like knowing how to emotionally react, or
Both.
in what sense?
Just like what do you want to do for yourself emotionally?
I feel like definitely rather than holding my emotions in, to let it out a lot more, because I feel like in the past year, since everything was so busy and just like so like work, do this, do that, one thing happens and the next thing's going on, and like there's not really any time like for me to think or process my emotions. I didn't really get to like emote myself really well, and like a lot of friends noticed that as well, and they're like, oh, you should probably like talk to us more, like let us know what's going on, like say whatever's on your mind. So I feel like definitely being more emotive and just like being true to my emotions rather than like suppressing them. And yeah, in that sense. What about you? What would you do to show up for yourself?
I would say just prioritizing things that I feel like I need to work on. So that would be like managing like frustrations or managing my stressful moments, like where I'm like really anxious and like really overwhelmed. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Crashing out basically.
Yeah.
So I guess like figuring out ways to manage those emotions is something that I do want to do this year.
Yeah, that sounds great. What habits do you want to build or strengthen this year? Are there any from like the past year that you've noticed that worked better for you, or any new ones that you want to work with?
Habits I want to... I guess I kind of answered that. Just like those self-care, like emotional regulation ones. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
What about you? I feel like we kind of answered that.
I know. It's kind of maybe sort of redundant, but I feel like in terms of habits, like in terms of strengthening, I'd say, yeah, definitely just knowing myself more in terms of like my emotional sense, because like, as I've mentioned before, like I haven't really been as emotive, so it's like I need to learn more so how I like take different situations and circumstances in life. And yeah, just take them as I go. Like I feel like that's another thing that I would like to build upon. Like rather than just like being overwhelmed with a whole bunch of things coming at me all at once, just to like try to relax and chill every now and then. Yeah, take it easy.
Let's go on to support systems and relationships. So how do you want your relationships to feel in 2026?
I feel like in terms of like my friendships or like my family, like I feel like I would definitely want them to feel more like, not like welcoming, but like more so like warm and just like something I could lean back on. Like I feel like because I haven't really had the chance to like always be there for my family or always be there for my friends because of school and like just being all over the place all the time, I just feel like I want to foster those relationships a lot more, in the sense that like everyone's getting something out of it. It's not just like a one-way stream, it's like a multi-way stream. So definitely want them to feel a bit warm and cozy in my heart. But yeah, how about you?
I would say just like definitely similar to you, spending more time with them, spending more money. Well, technically going out and stuff, and like obviously having a balance with like, since I'm studying my practicum, like I hope I do have a better balance, like managing my time with them as well as like work, school.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what support systems do you want to strengthen or create this year?
Honestly, just strengthen the ones I have. Like I don't feel the need to like search for more, but obviously I am open to like new social connections. Like there's no like
there's
wall.
no boundary. Yeah, of
I'm
course.
just definitely open.
Yeah.
But yeah. What about you?
I feel like in terms of support systems, definitely a lot more in relation to like my career. So like role models within the field, like people who are already working within the sector that I'm interested in. Would definitely love to build more relationships in that sense. And also, just like what you mentioned, strengthen what I already have, because that's what's back at home. That's always what's waiting for me. And like in terms of friends, that's who are going to be standing by me like through every step of the way. So yeah, definitely those in that sense. So what beliefs or patterns from past years are you leaving behind?
I feel like it goes back to like the tolerating thing, because I feel like the people pleaser in me just tolerated everything. I didn't really set a lot of boundaries, and like I just took everything. So I feel like just not being that person that takes basically shit from other people.
Yeah.
So that's for sure. What about you?
I feel like in terms of like patterns, just like, how do I explain it? I know. It's currently a little late. My mind's just blanking out. But I feel like in terms of beliefs or patterns, like more so, rather than believing that I have to be like perfect or like I have to be like the best of the best, because I am setting a role. I'm being a role model for like my brothers and like anyone who's younger than me within our family. So it's just like, because there's a sense of responsibility that comes along with it, I feel like there's always that belief that comes along that's like, oh, you gotta show up for them, you gotta like do as much as you can so that you could be like, yeah, like I've been doing this, I'm doing that, but it's like you don't always have to be that way in order to be like a really good person. So yeah, not to like I'd say a belief would be that I don't want to carry on is to like not force myself to like be like a perfect human, because no one's perfect at the end of the day.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Facts. And so let's jump to some things for the new year. Some new year prep, so to say. How do you plan or organize your goals without overwhelming yourself?
I feel like definitely setting them more realistically. I feel like if it's something that's out of the blue, like if it's like, oh, I have to work out like 5 times a week or something like that.
Are you trying to be a bodybuilder?
Oh.
Damn.
No, I'm just saying like in a hypothetical sense, because I don't think that mind has ever crossed my mind. But in terms of goal planning, I'd say, yeah, definitely keeping them more realistic and more in tune with what I've already got going on in my life. So if it's just like, if I'm already doing cardio, if I'm already doing some weightlifting in that sense, like just adding some more dates in between whenever I feel like it, or in terms of like healthy eating, just like minimizing on certain things like here and there, just like some things that I would actually do, like see myself doing in like the next 5 months, because I feel like the more like heavier goals that you put on yourself, the more you overwhelm yourself with thinking that, oh, I have to meet them and I actually have to pull through with them. And then after you end up like, by the time it's March, you're like not doing anything that you set. So yeah, definitely keeping it real to what I think I can do. How about in terms of your goals? What are you doing?
I think fair, like similar to you, like keeping it realistic, making sure that I'm prioritizing my needs as well. So like making sure that whatever I am planning, that my priorities are in order.
Yeah.
And also in terms of like being overwhelmed, that the self-care, the mindfulness practices.
Yeah, of course.
So I think those are definitely my goals for like this new year.
That makes sense. Okay, so when you look back at the end of 2026, what do you hope you'll be proud of?
Finishing school.
Yeah.
For sure. Finishing school and then hopefully getting or securing like a nice job after finishing like my master's. That would be like a good goal. And then with Uyyarvu, like more events, more like advocacy and everything. I feel like that would look really good.
That would look amazing.
At the end of 2026.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about you?
Yeah. I feel like we're both looking in like the same
You're finishing
realm.
school too.
Exactly. So graduating from university, getting that degree, and then also going within a job within the field that I'm interested in would be amazing to look back on. And also in terms of Uyyarvu, just like more podcasts, more opportunities, more guests. I'd say that's a big thing that I would love to explore, hopefully, within the next year. But yeah, just all sorts of things in those sense. Yeah.
Twinsies. So that brings us to the end of our session, and please follow us on all of our socials at Uyyarvu.
Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter or X, TikTok, for anything, you name it. And feel free to follow the socials of our amazing team. We will attach that in the link below.
And see you guys next session. Toodles.
Toodles.